What's crack-a-lackin', my fellow stock market trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin. Welcome back to Touchdown Trades, the #1 penny stock trading and investing channel on all of YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 2 penny stocks to buy right now. They both have absolutely massive potential. One of the penny stocks I did a video on about 3 weeks ago, and since that video, it's up over 200%. And I still think it has a lot of gas left in the tank. It's trading at about $3 right now. I think this could be a $10 stock in the next couple of months. The next penny stock we're going to be talking about is one that saw a huge crazy move today, couple 100% move, huge volume, over 100 million shares of volume traded on this particular penny stock, and I think this thing has potential. We need to be watching it for a pullback and an entry. So if you're new around here, do me a solid, go ahead, everybody hit that like button for me. Why am I looking at penny stocks so hard right now? Why am I looking at value stocks only right now? Well, if we take a look at the overall stock market, the Dow, the SPYs, the triple Qs, the NASDAQ, they have made a nice little rebound. I got the SPY chart pulled up on the screen here, and we can see that we had the Ukraine crash, the Ukraine rollover, right? Gas prices started to go up. People got scared, rightfully so, and the stock market did one of these, boom. But look at the last 4 or 5 trading days, we hit a little bottom, and now we've went from the low 400s all the way back to 444 on the SPYs. I do not trust the stock market right now. Let me repeat, I do not trust the overall market right now. I'm not saying there's going to be a crash. I just do not want to be buying these overpriced stocks as longer term investments right now with what's going on in the overall economic climate. With the Fed raising interest rates, I think these big hedge funds are going to slow down their asset buying, even though inflation, I do believe, is still on the rise and will continue to be on the rise. When it's harder and more costly for these big hedge funds to borrow money, they're not going to be doing so as much, and there's not going to be as much buying in real estate or the stock market and assets in general, and I think that could slow down the big giant moves that we're used to seeing over the last couple of years. And that's why I'm primarily focusing on penny stocks and value stocks. Think about it from a real estate standpoint. Take a step back and think about it like a real estate transaction. Are you going to pass up a deal on a house that is has a market value of $400,000? It's a little bit of a distressed seller situation, so you can get it at $240,000. Are you going to pass that deal up just because the overall real estate market is a little bit too expensive? Hell no. I'm definitely not passing that deal up, and I think that's a similar situation with these 2 penny stocks we're going to be breaking down in today's video, so you're going to want to stay tuned. All right, so go ahead, hit that like button because this is a banger video. And before we do that, we need to talk about the sponsor of this video, and that is Moomoo. Moomoo is offering the Touchdown Trades community the best broker sign-up bonus in the business, baby. We're talking about the broker that I use every day. They have an awesome desktop platform. I have it on the screen. I use it in every video, and it's the platform that I do all my trading on, commission-free. And get this, if you sign up with my link in the description, you're not going to get 1 free stock or 2 free stocks or 3 free stocks or 4 free stocks. You're going to get 5 free stocks valued up to $17,000. You open an account, don't need to deposit any money initially, and you're going to get 1 free stock. Then you deposit $100 or more, you get 4 more free stocks, and you're guaranteed at least 1 share of NEO. Can't beat that deal. Touchdown Trades exclusive promo. Get it with the link in the description, but you gotta wait till the video's over. All right, let's break down these FI penny stocks. Let's get it. All right. Penny stock #1 that we're going to be breaking down is one that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Now all these phony follower phonies are now talking about it. Google or YouTube, MULN Automotive, and now you're going to see a bunch of YouTubers and social media wanksters talking about it, but we were talking about it weeks ago, and it's made a big move since, but I still believe that it has gas left in the tank. All right, especially now that all these chasers and FOMO buyers are buying into this, the volume keeps climbing. I think this has a big move still left in the tank. Our first MULN Automotive video was done right here on this day when it made a really big move. It was a 100+% move. We bought it the very next day. If we zoom in here, we bought it on this red day. We had an average price of about $1.15 on this day. We bought it. We got a really nice average price. But on the next couple of days, we were down. We were down on our position as there was a sell-off over the next 3 trading days. And everybody was crying foul. Everybody was saying, oh, this thing's crashing. It was just a one-time move. But if you zoom out, this thing went from $1.15, where we have our average price, all the way up, hit highs of $3.90 just the other day. Right now we're trading at $3.20. So we got more than a 200+% move on this sucker, and I think it has a lot of gas left in the tank. I have a personal price target of $7 a share, but I would not be surprised at all if this thing was trading at $10 in the next couple of months. Let's talk about why. All right, so gas prices are climbing. It's no secret, and they're going to continue to climb as we know what's going on in the world and what's causing it. I don't need to get into that situation. But we're seeing, let's just follow the money, right? Let's follow the money. All of the big U.S. auto manufacturers are pushing full steam ahead into EV, into electric vehicles. And MULN Automotive is my sleeper pick for the top EV stock out there. And let's talk about the valuation in a little bit. It is trading at such a deep discount, such a value that is not even funny. All right, so MULN Automotive, the MULN 5, they just came out with an awesome press release that their solid state drive battery pack is absolutely killing the game, and nobody's talking about it. The MULN 5 starting at about $55,000. It's a cheaper price point than the competitors. Look at Rivian. Look at Rivian, an SUV. They manufacture the Rivian SUV. They just had to up the price by 20% because of the lack of components that they can get. MULN Automotive, cheaper price point and a better range. Here we have an estimated range of 325 miles on a single charge. But the MULN solid state drive battery can give you 600+ miles of range on a single charge. So not only are you getting a cheaper price point, but you're getting way more range from this battery than you are versus the competition. It is a no-brainer in my mind. Talking about a super cheap penny stock. Let's go to FinViz and talk about the valuation of this thing. All right, MULN Automotive right now. Let's get rid of these ads. Come on, baby. Show me what I'm looking for. MULN Automotive, right now, we're talking about a market cap of $85 million. That is stupid cheap, folks. All right? Everything's a concept for these companies right now. Everything's just a prototype for Rivian, Lucid, and a MULN. You're talking about no sales. What did Lucid do? They did barely any sales. Rivian, they're having to delay production. Basically no sales. They're having to up the price point for their starter vehicles. MULN is a little bit behind, but they have better tech. They have a cheaper price point. Why not put your money on the horse that is flying up the track? They're a little bit behind, but they're catching up to the leader, and they have way better odds. Are you going to bet on the horse that's a little bit behind, but has similar odds to win the race, but you're getting a way better value? I am. At least I am. I don't know about you guys. This thing's trading at a deep discount, in my opinion. If we go back to the chart, we're looking at a $3.20 penny stock. I would not be surprised, like I said earlier, if this sucker was trading above $10 per share within the next few months. And not only is it a decent long-term investment, sure, there's risk because you're talking about a sector that is up and coming like EV. We already saw what happened when the EV bubble did pop, but it's also a really good trade because all the wankster social media gurus are just now starting to talk about MULN, and that's going to create buying pressure. So if you're just a short-term trader, you can ride the momentum, or if you're looking for a deep value play for a longer-term investment, I like that idea as well. The second penny stock we're going to be talking about in today's video is ticker NRSN. This is Neuroscience Therapeutics. Just had some massive FDA news. We all know what FDA news can do to a biotech penny stock, and this thing was up huge, 300% move on the day. We're going to be breaking it down right now. If we look at the chart, this thing went from $1.50 just a day ago, hit highs today of $8 a share. That is the power. That is the type of moves that we are seeing all the time in the penny stock space. So if you're new, obviously there is inherent risk. There is a ton of risk in penny stocks, but the type of moves that they can put in, that's what we're looking for. Those monster home run trades, those touchdown trades, baby. All right, so let's break it down. Let's look at the daily chart, and then we'll talk about the company and what they do. All right, so this thing had prior highs of like 475. Right now we're trading at $6. That's what we're going to be looking for. A pullback from a technical standpoint, a pullback right back down towards that like 475 level. We're not there yet. We're not going to chase. We're not going to FOMO in, or maybe you are, but I'm sure as hell not going to FOMO in. What I'm going to be looking for from a technical standpoint before I even consider an entry into this NRSN is one of these, right? You get choppiness, you get a retest, boom, and then it's back, volume coming back in and back retesting those all-time highs. All right, so NRSN Therapeutics, it is a biotech company, and they are working on drugs. They have drugs in the pipeline that are aimed at helping ALS, aka Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS is a nervous system disease that weakens muscles and impacts physical function. Your body basically just starts falling apart and deteriorating. It's a really horrible thing. If you have ever seen anybody going through ALS, it is a really ugly sight. So let's take a look at the news release that came out today. NRSN surges 400% as FDA clears initiating pharmacokinetic study of Prime C. NRSN has received clearance from the FDA to initiate a pharmacokinetic study of Prime C in healthy adult subjects. Prime C is a novel extended-release oral formulation composed of a fixed-dose combination of blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I'm definitely not smart enough, not scientist enough to know what the hell that means. Prime C targets several key mechanisms of the ALS disease that contribute to motor neuron degeneration, inflammation, iron accumulation, and impaired RNA regulation. So basically, it's a drug that combats ALS. NRSN completed a phase 2A study that met its safety and efficacy endpoints, including reducing functional and respiratory deterioration and statistically significant changes in ALS-related biological markers. Why is this so important? Until now, there really wasn't any medical treatments for ALS. There was treatments that kind of slowed it down, that doctors and scientists thought slowed ALS down, but really it was a bad day when someone was diagnosed with ALS. But now there are more hopes because of companies like NRSN, and NRSN is a tiny little biotech company with a market cap of just $16.4 million. So if they can come to market with a drug that actually works to combat ALS, you're talking about a really nice value stock that could really take off and could see a monster move. It looks like you're chasing if you're buying up here, and you very well may be, but you're talking about a $16 million market cap, a very tiny market cap. If this drug is indeed legit, this could be a $100 million market cap in the blink of an eye. So sure, there is a ton of risk. This drug goes to phase 3 trials. The FDA comes back and says no good. You're looking at $1, maybe a bankrupt company. But if the FDA comes back and says you're good to go, they get their drug on the market a year or 2 years from now, you could literally be talking about $100 or $200 stock. That's the type of risk that I'm looking to put on. Sure, you could be looking at a stock that's zero in your account in a couple years, or you could be looking at a stock that's trading at $100 that you bought at like $5 or $6. All right, so there's risk, but there's also a ton of upside. That's going to wrap wrap up my top 2 penny stocks right now. Number 1 being MULN. I like MULN the most because it's a little bit less risky and there's still a ton of upside. But NRSN also has massive upside as well. We obviously saw that today when it went from $1.30 all the way up to $8 per share. I love you guys. Remember, I'm way too stupid to be a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence, do your own research. Get your free 5 stocks, link in the description from Moo, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.